Episode 374, Claude now powering Copilot.
The primitive forms of artificial intelligence we already have proved very useful.
AI is a golden opportunity.
How do we ensure that this technology is regulated?
The long arc of technological history is now in an extraordinary new phase.
The AI 6 podcast with Joanne Sweeney.
If you open Microsoft 365 Copilot in the coming weeks, you may notice something new. A model picker that lets you use not just OpenAI's GPT models, but Anthropic's Claude as the AI doing the work behind the scenes, depending on how your organization has configured Copilot. Hello, and you're very welcome back to AI 6 minutes a day to take the overwhelm out of AI. I'm Joanne Sweeney. Microsoft has been rolling out Anthropic integration across Microsoft 365. Claude now sits alongside OpenAI models in key Copilot experiences like Researcher, Copilot Studio, and the new Copilot Cowork agent for customers who are enabled for it. The question is no longer whether AI is in your Microsoft tools. It's which model you should pick for which job. Until recently, when you asked Copilot to draft an email or summarize a meeting, it was almost always OpenAI's GPT models doing the thinking. Now Microsoft is adding Claude into the mix. And in many Copilot experiences, it can route work to Claude when that improves quality or let you choose which model to use. So what can you actually do with it? 3 things matter for most of my listeners. First, research. Microsoft 365 Copilot has a feature called Researcher, designed for deeper multi-step questions like a competitive analysis or regulatory summary. Microsoft has just added a mode called Critique, which runs Researcher on top of more than one model. In simple terms, GPT writes the first draft, then Claude reviews it for accuracy, citations, and gaps before you see the final answer. In Microsoft's internal testing on the Draco Deep Research benchmark, this multi-model researcher with Critique scores about 13.8% higher, around 7 points than the previous best reported system, which was based on Claude Opus 4.6 in Perplexity's deep research. Really what that means, the report you get back has fewer made-up facts, stronger sourcing and better coverage than what you would have seen from a single model alone. Secondly, spreadsheets. Copilot for Excel can already help you build formulas, spot errors, and pull insights from messy data. Now Microsoft is starting to back some of that work with Claude in tenants where Anthropic has been enabled. Claude has built a reputation for strong reasoning over structured information, the kind of analytical work where you're connecting patterns across multiple tables. Even though Microsoft doesn't claim it is universally better than GPT for every Excel task, but if you are somebody who lives in Excel, it's worth trying the same task with different Copilot configurations. And then the third, what Microsoft is calling Copilot Cowork. This is the big difference. Copilot Cowork is an AI agent that can run longer tasks in the background across your Microsoft 365 apps, using your organization's data graph as context. Imagine asking Copilot to prepare for a Monday client meeting. Cowork can pull last quarter's notes from Outlook or Teams, draft a presentation in PowerPoint, generate a summary spreadsheet in Excel, and even propose holding slots in your calendar, all from one prompt. Microsoft has worked with Anthropic so that Claude is the core reasoning engine behind Cowork's orchestration and checking, layered on top of Microsoft's own security and data controls. Cowork is rolling out first to customers in Microsoft's Frontier and Preview programs as part of existing Microsoft 365 Copilot licenses, and then more broadly as part of a new higher-end bundle called Microsoft 365 E7. E7 will launch on the 1st of May at $99 per user per month and wraps together Microsoft 365 E5. Microsoft 365 Copilot, the new Agent 365 control plane, and the Entra suite for identity and access management. So buying E7 is cheaper than purchasing all of these components separately. So Is it better? Well, it depends on what you're doing. Microsoft's own benchmarks show that Researcher with Critique clearly outperforms earlier single model setups on Draco, particularly for breadth, depth, presentation quality, and factual accuracy. So the simplest way to think about it is GPT writes and Claude reviews. To use Claude inside Copilot, you need a Microsoft 365 Copilot license, and your IT team has to allow Anthropic as an AI provider in the admin center. If you're in the EU or working in government, the toggle starts off in the off position for data protection reasons. We've all known, and I've spoken about this on the podcast before, that Claude as a model in the workplace is very sophisticated. And so with Microsoft lagging behind in the enterprise market, this move is a signal that it really still wants to win your business. But hey, are people going to move from Claude, or are they tapping into existing customers who are still in a full Microsoft enterprise environment? That's it for today's show. If you're ready to turn these insights into skills, here's how I can help. Get your copy of my book, AI Playbook, on Amazon. It's the perfect companion to the show. For weekly AI strategy, subscribe to my newsletter, Human in the Loop, on LinkedIn. Or if you want to take the next big step, you can take our CPD accredited professional diploma in AI. Maybe you need something more tailored for your organization. You can book a call in my calendar at digitaltraining.ie. Or if you work in government or public sector, go over to publicsectormarketingpros.com. If you found this episode useful, please share it with a pro that you know. And I'd love to read your comments on Spotify. And if you can, take a second to like, rate, or subscribe wherever you listen. It really helps the show. This is AI6. I'll talk to you on the next episode.